everybody. It is Monday. It is 8:30. Therefore, it is time for Conversations with Teresa. I'm Teresa. How you guys doing today? I'm hoping everything is well. Tonight, we are talking about the P word. Perimenopause again. Yes, you know why? Because I'm all up in it. But it's not taking me out. All right. So I just really wanted to come on and talk a little bit about, and this won't be an extended show, but really just talk about some of the things that I missed uh, being in perimenopause. There were times that I thought, we talk a lot about, well, for those who are talking about it, we talk about the different feelings that we have, the anxiety or the lack of confidence, definitely the hot sweats, the night sweats, lack of sleep. There are many different things that come about. But one of the things that I wish I would have known, because I had no idea. I didn't think about perimenopause before, let alone menopause, right? But for a few years, I had been experiencing various symptoms, which I thought were one-offs. I thought that, oh, okay, I'm just getting older, so my muscles are hurting a bit more, So I remember getting a prescription for uh I don't know, it was like patches that I could get in order to help with different muscle areas hurting, because who wants to take Advil and Aleve all the time and jack up your stomach, right? And then I also recognized that I was having these intense migraines, and I hadn't really grown up with migraines before. So I thought that they were just these bad headaches, and so I wanted to make sure there was nothing wrong with my brain, right? There was nothing wrong with what was going on in my brain, but it was like these migraines were so intense. I remember one time just having to be in the house wearing sunglasses, not just closing my eyes, but wearing sunglasses. But this seemed to be happening all of a sudden. And it wasn't all of a sudden, but again, these were one-offs. My cramping was out of this world. It was just unexplainable, where my normal methods of, whether it was Advil, Aleve, whatever the pain medication was not working. And so again, I'm going back to the doctor. Listen, I need something else. And I remember getting 600 milligrams of something. I don't even remember what it was, but you know what I mean? And then I'd spoken about when I first started on this journey, what really led me into this was the anxiety and the depression, and starting on my way of being on medication for depression. And so again, I'm thinking it's this one-off thing. But when I look back at it, it was like, why didn't someone tell me? Why didn't someone tell me, hey, all of these are contributing factors? It's not always the case, but contributing factors to perimenopause. And I think, had I thought about it, had it been mentioned to me, I would have started researching it a long time ago. And it's hard, because sometimes it's you just don't know, right? And you honestly don't know. But I remember one of the things that should have been a surefire thing to know whether it's perimenopause or these one-offs is that when your period starts to change, lighter, heavier, whatever your case is. And again, everyone experiences perimenopause and menopause differently. But that is one of those sure signs that you are either in or entering perimenopause. Here was my challenge. For various reasons, I had been on birth control. So my periods were regulated. I think I said that right. And so I there wasn't a change except for the flow that was different. And so it was, again, it was just one of those things like, it's a one off. But I think that had I not been on the pill, I would have recognized that a little bit sooner. I would have recognized that, well, there's something really, I don't want to say wrong because there's nothing wrong with going through menopause. It's just what happens. So it's all of those things. And for other people, it's more. I think I told you guys before, my feet, only the top of my feet, really, really cold. Who knew? Right? We talked before about itchy ear. There's so many different things that people experience depending on who you are and your environment and things of that nature. But really, I'm saying all of this because I want to make sure that those who are listening, whether you are in it or maybe you haven't entered it, maybe even more so for the people who haven't entered it and have no idea what I'm talking about, pay attention to these things that you may think are one offs because they may not be one offs. Do your research. You could be going to, this doctor for this doctor for this, and this doctor for this, when it's really perimenopause coming on. It could be perimenopause coming on. So, obviously, I'm not a doctor. I'm not trying to act like I am, but I do know we know when our bodies are changing. We know when there's something different. And so don't discredit what you are thinking or feeling. Make sure that you ask the questions and then figure out, like, why is this happening? Not just that it's happening, but the why it's happening. Oh, one other thing that I forgot to say was that in the past year, my blood pressure went skyrocketing for, again, seeming like no good reason, but every time I went, it was just higher at a more steady pace. So now I'm on high blood pressure medicine, but I was like, why is this different? So, you make changes and things like that, but it's still going up. Again, it's one of those things that's part of perimenopause. We're going to talk a lot more about why all of these things are, but just to give you a snippet, if you don't know, it's estrogen primarily. Our decrease in estrogen is just sending our bodies into chaos. Really, it's really just like, what's happening, like inside of our brain and in our ovaries. They're just kind of trying to talk to each other, and they're not talking to each other anymore, so it's throwing everything off, and it is giving us the migraines, it's giving us the cramping, it's giving us the anxiety or the sleepiness or the muscle ache, or it's giving us all of these things, and we're like, what? And that's exactly what we're doing. We're like, what? So we don't have to be like, what anymore? It is so amazing to know that we're going to be talking about this a lot more. And the more we're talking about it, the more empowered you are to not let it overcome you, to not let it stomp you out, to not let it be the dominating thing. We got this. We got this together. So I'm going to keep talking about it. I want to make sure that you keep talking about it and talking about it to your friends, to your family, to your coworkers, to your neighbors, to the younger generation. I'm 54. So those who are younger than me, let's keep talking about it because there's no reason why any of us need to suffer without knowing. It's the not knowing that drives us crazy. If we knew what happened, if we, was walking and hit our toe and we knew, oh my gosh, my toe is hurting. I know why it was hurting because I hit it, right? But not knowing why all of these things are happening at one time, it can be exhausting. It can be overwhelming, and it doesn't have to be. So I am continually excited to talk about this to whoever is listening. And for those who don't even know to listen, I bring it up and people are like, oh, yeah, not enough people are talking about it. That's why we're here. and this is where we're going to stay. So I thank you guys so much for tuning in. We're going to be right back next week. We're going to be talking more and more about symptoms and about why. Because if we can understand the why, then we'll know what to do. All right. So that is the plan. I'm looking forward to it. I am so grateful for all of you guys who have tuned in. Continue to tune in when you see me, or, send me a text, or, a comment or something like that. Let me know that this is helpful. Let me know that I know I'm not alone, but let me know that you want some more. All right, because we do need to talk about this. So looking forward to it. Looking forward to doing more events, in-person events as well, just where we get a chance to talk about it. We got something really fun coming up in the next month. I'm gonna wait and hold off on that, but we got some stuff up our sleeves that we're not taking this sitting down. All right, so well, I'm actually sitting. All right. Anyway, we're not going to let perimenopause or menopause bring us down. We got things to do, we got things to learn, and it's going to be wonderful. So, looking forward to growing with you, looking forward to having you guys on this journey, and looking forward to seeing you again on Conversations with Teresa. Bye for now. Take care.